hours later.
What's up, guys? How you all doing? Cosmic Carry here, rolling out in my Panzer IV HYDROSTAT, the legendary HYDROSTAT. Look at that detail. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful tank. It's a beautiful tank. It is ugly at the same time, and it's got a big old fat butt, as you can see. It's a humongous butt, and that turret is massive, you know, for this chassis. But the Panzer IV HYDROSTAT, the legendary Panzer IV HYDROSTAT. This is a mythical tank, you know, from the PC version. You see it once in a blue moon. You know, it kind of a fleeting glance, and oh my god, I've seen a HYDROSTAT. On the console, it's a little bit different. It was on sale. I can't remember what, like 6 months ago, a year ago. I can't remember. And but it's very rare that you see them on the battlefield, and I'd say it's a bit finicky to play in. It's a bit tough to play in, and but you can't take away the fact that it's a great tank. It really is a great tank. There's in my review I said there wasn't anything particularly fantastic about the tank, and that is true. There's nothing really fantastic about the tank. When you compare it to other German mediums at tier 5, yeah, there's a lot of great things, you know. And but you know, it is what it is. You pretty much have the gun, you know, the Panzer V4. It's you know, if you guys are familiar, you know, with the 7.5 at you know, tier 5, that's what you're getting pretty much. 13.95 rate of fire, 110 pen damage, 110. It's yeah, it's okay. Aim time is very, very decent. Accuracy isn't that fantastic, 0.38. So the gun is okay. You know, the gun is nothing to write home about. The aim time is pretty decent. The rate of fire is pretty decent. The accuracy isn't that great. You'll see. Often you're gonna have to, you know, fire off a couple of rounds, especially at these tiers. You know, like for instance the Arty. It's very, very tiny, very small. Sometimes off in the distance, and it takes quite a few shots to get to take it out. And so the gun is okay, you know, it works 100%. It does the job. It kind of lets you down. It fail occasionally, but yeah, I can live with it. You know, for some reason when I'm in the Panzer V4, I hate the thing. You know, I hate the gun. It's just awful. It just misses everything, and yada yada yada. But most probably because the gameplay in the HYDROSTAT is a bit more slower paced. You know, with the Panzer V4, you just running around like a lunatic, and of course your shots are missing, and yeah, so that's not going to work. But the gun, it does the job. It really does the job, you know. And one thing that I don't think I mentioned in my review of the thing is that it gets 10 degrees of gun depression. It gets 10 degrees of gun depression, which is unheard of with you know, the German tanks at tier 5. 10 degrees, 10 degrees. It's unbelievable. Fantastic, beautiful. You know, 10 degrees. That means you can work ridge lines. You can you know, peekaboo tactics, all of this stuff, 100%. But another thing that will let you down is the armor. You know, it is so lightly armored, and not only is it lightly armored, there's just so many flat surfaces, as you can see, you know, at the front, and pretty much a lot of stuff will pen you. You know, it will pen you 100%, and there's not that many bounces to be had in this tank. You know, so you can see 50-50 at the front, 30 on the sides, and 20 at the rear. So you know, it's you roll the dice, you know. And the hit points are pretty decent, as you can see, 580, which is really good for a tier 5 medium. Speed is fantastic, 48 kilometers per hour. You know, it does move, it does hustle. Chassis rotation, turret rotation, it's got it. You know, as far as speed, it's there. You know, view range isn't that great, 350, At these tiers, it's all about the view range. You can see the camo factor isn't that great. That is 100% true. You know, it's kind of very big and bulky. I would classify this as a light stroke medium tank. You know, even though it's very big and bulky, it kind of reminds me of the characteristics of the Amex CDC. You know, it's very light, very big. You know, and it's kind of the same for the HYDROSTAT. It's very light, it's very quick, and it's very big. It's a big juicy target. So you gotta be careful. You 100% gotta be careful. With the equipment, I would recommend. You know, you need to improve that view range. Quite honestly, I would put binocs, but it just doesn't really work with the meta of the tank. You know how the tank works, because it's constantly moving, it's constantly shifting. You could put but that's my recommendation with all tanks around these tiers. You know, put binocs on, give yourself a view range advantage, but you're not really kind of playing the game. You know, you're just sitting at the back. But anyhow, coated optics is the way to go. And you know, with Brothers Arms and vents, etc., I think that gets up to almost 400, which is very, very decent. You know, vents improves everything all around, and there's not that many choices for you know, the remaining. You know, there's no vert stabs, etc. Maybe, you know, for people ramming you, you know. So I went with medium caliber tank gun rammer. And I love this tank. You know, it gets preferential matchmaking, you know, which the Panzer V4, you know, doesn't, which is needed, you know, which is kind of, I mean, it's not needed, but it's great that it gets it 100%, because it's very lightly armored and a lot of stuff does pen you. Panzer V4, you can still duke it out at tier 7, not really, but you know, you always want to be top tier. Due to the matchmaking for this tank, you'll find yourself being top tier very, very often. You know, I don't know what it is with the matchmaking. Is it, you know, magical matchmaking fairy dust sprinkled on this tank? I haven't got a clue, but plenty of times I'm in a tier 5, 4 and 3 match with this tank 100%. But it's not a Panzer V4, you know. It's, you know, and it's not even a T25. You know, T25, you get some bounces. Look how nicely sloped that armor is. It's not fantastically sloped, but you could, you know, it is team dependent. It is 100% team dependent, and this has to be kind of said. The battles at these tiers aren't that great. You know, your teammates aren't that great. At the same time, the Reds aren't that great. But at the same time, you know, your teammates aren't that great. You know, the skill level isn't there. And that doesn't mean you'll have a fantastic game each and every game. Because if your teammates really do suck and you're left kind of holding the torch, there's only so much you can do in a weakly armored tank. You do have speed on your side. You have gun depression on your side. You have an okay gun, but that will only take you so far. You know, and at these tiers, you're just I don't know. You're missing out on great games due to bad teammates. You're missing out on great games down to early base capping. You're missing out on great games because people are YOLOing at you. Because I've revisited the tank and I took a look at my review, and it's kind of pretty much the same thing. You know, why are people YOLOing at me? Yeah, why can't they play the tanks properly? Because you're at these tiers. You know, you're at tier 5, tier 6, tier 4, tier 3 tanks. And what can you do? And they shoot at you, and they're going to pen you. So it is a team-dependent tank, because of the armor, you know, because of the armor, and yeah. So it's but the tank itself, it's great. I love the thing. You know, I absolutely love the thing. If you take a look at my stats for the thing, let's have a look. Medium German, DF5. Oh, America. And yeah, you can see, I mean, it's a 69% win rate. I could work on the MOE, 60 games played, and it's reliable. It's 100% reliable. It's a great crew trainer. The silver earning potential of this tank is very, very decent. You know, I always come out with a decent amount of silver. It's nothing fantastic, spectacular, any of that jazz, but it's a great all-rounder. It's not that heavily priced, and there's not too many bad things to say about this tank. You know, it's the HYDROSTAT. It's legendary, and it's on sale at a decent price. I would 100% definitely go out to get it. Let's get into some battles. Okay, we're on mines and counter battle. Hopefully we can put the 10 degrees of gun depression to fantastic use up on the hill. The thing is, can I make it to the hill with this armor, with this weak, feeble armor on this tank? That is the question that needs to be answered, and we shall find out shortly. But if I do make it up on the hill, I am hoping to have a fantastic game. At the same time, artillery, you know, they can one-shot you so easily. And let's take a look at matchmaking. Tanks to fear, 150. T-3485, the Hellcat, you know, we should be able to make it up onto the hill. It's just, you know, it depends. If I get up there and I'm solo, I'm not going to be king of the hill for very long. So, and we have no artillery, so that's great. That's fantastic. And there is a Panzer 5-4, you know, joining me, which is great, you know. So hopefully we can take this hill. I think there's a strong chance that we will. Knight. Let's go. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, let's help out the Panzer 5-4. No. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna trade. Willing to take the sacrifice. Yeah, there we go. And let's go ahead. Gun depression. He's looking at my buddy. Oh. No, don't want him to look at me. Wait for him to take a shot. Okay. Good. Get the kill. Nice. Easy time. Life is good. Come on. Come on. No, hitting his gun mantle there. And nice quick game. We are done. We are dusted. GG's for all. This is a very typical game in the HYDROSTAT, you know. He's gonna get me. There we go. Hellcat. He's much gonna get me. Oh, he's okay. That's a bad Hellcat driver. Poor guy. Oh, come on, why are you postponing the inevitable? He's insisting on being a baby. There we go, we're good to go. 4 kills, 19 pens. Did I set? I think I set someone on fire. We're good to go. Very typical game. And you can see, you know, I didn't use any premium. 64,000, 1.7, 95% mastery, and very typical game in the Panzer IV HYDROSTAT. Quick, and good to go. You know, let's have another game. So we're on Fjords. So this is, you know, totally different. Need to be ever so slightly patient on this map, and need to be smart. A lot of opportunities for the Reds to flank you. You need to keep an eye on the map. You know, are they pushing through on the north? Can they cap your base? So a lot of things to get stressed out and worried about, basically. So we're gonna head north, basically, and use our gun depression, you know, to our advantage. So that, again, no artillery, so, and which is fantastic, you know, for this tank. 100%. It's lovely. And matchmaking is very decent. We're right bam in the middle. Tier 6, tier 5 and tier 4. Well, only 1 4, so on each team. And let me show you the gun depression of the tank as soon as I get past this. But anyway, take a look. You know, it's like a sad elephant. Fantastic gun depression, which is and at tier 5 as well, you know, not just because it's a German. So let's move, let's hustle. Tanks to fear. Cromwell, Churchills, VKs, yeah, there's a few kind of threats, if you want to call it. So we're coming up here. I don't want to be front line. Let's take a look at that map. Pretty decent, spread out so far. Maybe a few too many coming up here, but we shall see. So here we go. And I'm definitely, you know, I'm not going to face him by myself. It's the early stages of the game. I don't want to lose hit points this early, so I do have that really beautiful gun depression. I do have to fear the Matilda with his fast firing gun, and you know, see, as soon as people start shooting at me, kind of, let's finish him off. You know, they're firing into the blind and they're getting me. Let's finish this guy already. And he's done, he's out for the count. Worry is here. What else is back there with the Matilda? And we use our gun depression. Anything shooting at us? See, I'm not sure that if was that the T-50. I haven't got a clue. Anything else back there? Because that's what you got to worry about in this one. I don't want to shoot a premium. He's not looking at me. Nobody's behind him, which is nice. Right there. Okay, no, right there. Nope, didn't work. He's solo now. Again. Come on. There we go. He's done. Very comfortable here. Leading 9 to 5. It's a very typical game at you know, these tiers. You know, what can I say? Easy. I don't fear you when you're there. Can I? Yes, I can. I mean, these tanks at these tiers, it's just, they're crew trainers. They're not fantastic silver earners, but they, you know. Let's rumble with this guy. What the hey? But that's for somebody like myself. For me, this is a crew trainer. You know, this is 100% a crew trainer. That's what I got it for. That's what I need it for. Sorry, buddy. Somebody AFK in the back somewhere. Oh, here we go. Oh, Farfly. I'm scared of him. How do I... Up. He might get me. He might get me. Yeah, everything basically depends you. What can you do? And it's 100% a crew trainer. When you're at the higher level and you've got loads of tanks and you want to get MOEs and you want to get you need tanks with you need to get crews with 6 cents, etc, etc. You need really decent crew trainers. You need really decent premiums, and this is a very, very decent premium. Let's have one more. We're gonna have one more. Okay, Lakeville Team Destruction. Love my Team Destruction. There's not really. Well, I guess you can draw if you've got even amount of tanks, but there's no base capping in Team Destruction. So I love that. You're forced to duke it out basically. So that means there's a lot of XP to be earned automatically. That means there's a lot of damage to be dealt. That means it's good times. It's happy days for everybody. And we do have 3 pieces of artillery. Tanks to watch out for on the opposing team. Quite a few actually. Churchill 3, KV1, 3 T67s. Yeah, so quite a few bad boys on their team. So we've got to watch out for them. We're going to be heading into town. And but the question is, I see myself, you know, possibly maybe turning back. Cause yep, I called it. Nobody's coming in into town, which is fair enough. It's Team Destruction, you know. It's Team Destruction, and they don't have to necessarily go into town. I've mentioned this before. Team Destruction, you can lemming train, you know. You can lemming train and just annihilate any reds that kind of come in your way. But this is kind of silly, you know. The majority of the team is actually going down the valley, and there's 3 pieces of arty in play. I mean, that is just redonkulous, you know. And I can understand their thinking, because that's what I used to do back in the day, which was just go down the valley. It used to be automatic. I used to just go down the valley, and that was that, because I didn't know how to, you know, take care of business in town. You know, I didn't know nothing about duking it out in town. I didn't understand how to battle in town. I didn't understand any of it. So go down a straight line down the valley. So let's go by the assumption that the enemy team has done the same, just to give you guys an interesting game. And let's head into town, because hopefully there's nobody in there. There was a heavy back there. Shall we? Yeah, why not? Get some free damage, why not? Right there. No, that's not gonna... Oh! Big surprise. Right there. Keep firing. It's free damage. The heck. 3 damage galore. Okay, V1. Let's load some premiums for him. Is this guy... What is he doing? I think he's trying to get past a dead tank or something. KV1? Oh. What is it? Churchill 3. So I've got to fear him. I'm going to completely ignore him. I'm going to head for his base. Because he doesn't have the speed to match mine 100%. So I'm not going to bother duking with him. And if I try and shoot him in the butt, artillery, etc, etc. So for now I'm going to ignore him. I do have the speed to go back there and deal with him at the same time. So, and yep, there it is. Figured as much. Nice. Don't really need premiums. Let's try and lead that shot. Oh, he's gone. Okay. How far is that Churchill? Okay, he is far enough that I can snipe him. You know. Let's go. Let's take care of that. Oh, hello. Should be pretty easy to deal with. Quick, quick, quick. No. Oh, he missed. Lovely. That's perfect. Beautiful. Now the question is the Churchill coming back to deal with me? Is he still in play? Yes, he is. Is there a medium still in the... Yes, he should be up there. There he is. Be nice if I could get him. And he's out of... Bloody hell. Okay, so now the question is who's you? Oh, you are. Okay. Nice. So we just have the Churchill. Has he turned around to come and get me? You know, so let's load up premiums just in case. I'm saying no, you know, that's what I'm thinking. That T-34 is a one-shot, which is fantastic. Let's see, I've got coded optics. I'm guessing, you know, they all went down the valley. Nice healthy amount of hit points. Taking it easy. Not lit up. Don't expect to be lit up unless he's there. Okay, I shouldn't get lit up here. Ah, the turret. Here he comes. Oh, there he goes. I got to fear he's gone. 100%. I need to fear he's gone. Nice. Yeah, I need to fear his gun. Let's lose that 6 cents. Oh, there we go, nice. Oh, can we do it? Yeah, beautiful. Good job, teammate. And yeah, easy, cool runnings. Only T-34 left on minuscule amount of health. Hopefully Artie gets the kill on him and we're good to go. So very different the way that it all works here, you know, in these mid tiers. The games just work so differently compared to, you know, at tier 10. It's just, you kind of scratch your head. It's odd. You wonder what the F is going on. Why isn't nobody going to town? It's basically just down to inexperience. And like I said, I used to do the same thing. I used to load into what are we on? Lakeville? Is it Lakeville? Yeah. And the first thing I'd do was I'd go down the valley here, you know, because that's all that I knew. You know, when you don't know any better, you don't know any better. There he is. Sorry, buddy. And GG's. 5 kills, 15 pens. Great game. Great game. So actually, you know, the teams were okay. The teams are okay. And yeah, a little bit lower there with the silver, because I used a few premium shells. But GG's, you know, GG's, and yeah, nobody got over 1k damage, which is, you know, I'm not putting my team down or anything like that. It's just, it is what it is at these tiers. But bottom line is, you're gonna get that crew, that sixth sense, so much faster with you know, tanks such as the HYDROSTAT, etc, etc. But it's, yeah, it's a very decent machine. It is a very decent machine. It doesn't do anything fantastic apart from gun depression, and speed maneuverability is really good. But the gun is a little bit lackluster, but it's okay. You can work with it, absolutely. And the armor is not that great, but you can get yourself out of situations pretty quickly. You saw me there with the Churchill. I was gonna, you know, hightail it and run and snipe at him from a distance. Highly recommend coded optics for any tank around these tiers. When you get up into the high tiers, it's totally up to you, but around these tiers, always go for coded optics. If you're a TD, you know, Binox 100%. It's such a huge advantage because the view range on the tanks are so bad at these tiers. Panzer IV HYDROSTAT, very decent machine. Highly recommend it, 100%. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Please drop a like. Adios, muchachos.